The sealed temple was supposed to be a team victory. Instead, it became a grave for trust. In the rubble, a lone medic gripped a divine blade, while 3 figures stood frozen, their smirks still fresh, their betrayal already complete. Minutes earlier, the squad had breached the inner chamber. The legendary White Phoenix blade hung on its pedestal, pulsing with light, but the moment they touched it, the temple began to shake.
Sorry, medic. The sword chooses only the strong. You were just baggage anyway.
Itsuki, I am sorry. Please understand. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Daiki lunged for the blade first. A crack of white lightning coursed through his arm, and he collapsed, the sword rejecting him utterly. Itsuki, bleeding from a gash across his face, crawled. His fingers left red trails on the stone. The sword's hum grew louder. Not a warning, but a summons.
You are singing to me. Why now? Why me?
A system like glyph burned across the ceiling. Divine Relic bonded, ranks SSS.
So they left me to die, and now the blade chose the one they abandoned. I'll make them regret this.
By the time the dust settled, the 3 had vanished, fleeing through a side passage. They never looked back, and in the silence, the blade whispered its new owner's name. 3 weeks later, the medic walked out of the wasteland. The scar on his cheek had sealed, but the wound beneath his ribs still throbbed. He returned in the mist, when the watchmen were drowsy. The first villager who saw him dropped her basket.
They look at me like a ghost. Good. That's exactly what I need them to believe.
The Hokage's office still smelled of old tea and ink. Itsuki knelt, the wrapped blade resting beside him.
Itsuki, we were told you perished. The team reported the temple's collapse. Why did you not send word?
I needed time to heal. Please reassign me to administrative duties. I am unfit for field missions.
You, a medic of your skill? What happened out there?
If I told him, the blade would sing before the hour was done. But revenge will be quieter than a scream.
As he left, he passed his former team in the market. Rin's teacup clattered. Tatsuya forgot to sneer. Daiki took an involuntary step back. That night, Itsuki sat in his new post, among dusty ledgers, and for the first time in weeks, he smiled, a thin, cold curve by day. Itsuki sorted requisition forms without complaint. By night, he followed the trail of gold that Tatsuya thought was invisible.
Tatsuya always drinks with success. Tonight, his cup will overflow with secrets.
The mission payouts are a joke. I just adjust the numbers a little. Who's gonna report me? The dead medic?
He doesn't even whisper. That's useful. Let the whole district hear.
3 nights later, he cross-referenced mission expenses with actual supply manifests. The gaps were wide enough to swallow trust whole.
Missing rations, overpriced tools, double-billed patrols. He's been bleeding the village for months.
He began interviewing merchants in the outer market, the ones who paid silence to stay in business.
Tell me what he took. I promise. Your name won't appear. The debt will be collected from him.
Before the moon waned, Itsuki had 3 signed statements and a precise ledger of theft. He filed them not with the council, but in a box beneath his floor.
Tatsuya built his tower on sand. Now I only have to wait for the tide.
Before dawn, a scroll appeared on the Hokage's desk, 3 signed confessions, and a precise ledger of Tatsuya's embezzlement. 3 merchants swore to hush payments. 2 supply officers confirmed falsified orders. The ledger matched every coin taken.
Summon Tatsuya. I want him in chains before the morning bell.
Tatsuya swaggered in, still smelling of last night's sake. Then he saw the scroll and the Hokage's face.
You've been stealing rations, taking kickbacks. The merchants named you. Explain.
Lies! I've served this village. Whoever dares accuse me will bleed for this.
The Hokage nodded. Guards fitted the chains. Tatsuya was dragged from the hall, screaming at shadows.
He can't imagine the medic he left for dead is the hand that pushed him. That's the beauty of invisibility.
By nightfall, Tatsuya sat in a stone cell. His squad patch had been torn from his vest. No visitors came.
2 left. Daiki's clan will crumble even faster. And Rin, I'll watch her tears until I know if they're real.
The Daiki clan's compound was a fortress of pride, and Itsuki knew pride was the easiest wall to crack.
You say they've been moving weapon shipments outside the village ledger. That's enough to start a fire.
Within a week, whispers spread. The Daiki clan was selling village-grade weapons to bandits inside the compound. Daiki's father roared at his council. The accusations had reached the clan elders. A public notice appeared at the market board, listing suspected transactions. The clan's honor bled openly.
Father, they're lying. Someone is trying to bury us. Let me find them.
He searches for a phantom. While he chases shadows, the evidence collects dust in the Hokage's office.
The Hokage received an anonymous ledger. Dates, routes, recipient names. The Daiki patriarch was summoned for questioning. Daiki watched his father leave with the council guards. The compound felt hollow, a clan named traitor before the trial.
The clan will eat itself now. Even if the father is cleared, the stain won't wash out.
The clan hall, once a showcase of power, now hosted a ceremony of disgrace. Elders lined the walls, their faces stone. The head elder unrolled the verdict. The patriarch's rank was forfeit. The clan crest would be struck from the village records.
This is a lie. Someone planted those documents, and I am going to find them.
They tore the clan sigil from his father's robe and let it fall. The sound of silk ripping was heard before the motionless hall.
Stop. You are stripping a loyal servant over rumors. He bled for this village.
His voice breaks, just like his squad loyalty broke when they left me to die.
The elders turned their backs. The patriarch sank to his knees, but Daiki was already being pulled from the hall.
Now the clan will fracture. No backing, no honor. He'll be isolated and desperate.
Outside, Daiki slammed his fist against the wall. Stone crumbled under the blow, but it didn't change anything.
1 left, Rin. Her tears are next.
2 days after the ceremony, Daiki stood in Itsuki's path on the empty market street. His shadow fell long, his fists already tight.
You, the medic who should be dead. You show up, and suddenly my clan is cursed. Tell me what you know.
I know what everyone knows. Your father was accused. It's tragic, but I push parchment, not conspiracies.
Don't lie. You came back from the dead. And one by one, we're falling. Tatsuya in chains, my family broken. You are the only stranger piece.
Stranger piece? I was your medic. You left me to die and I clawed back. Maybe the universe is just settling accounts.
He's not scared. Not even flinching. What kind of medic survived that temple?
If you have no evidence, step aside. I have ledgers to archive. You have a reputation to rebuild, if any remains.
This isn't over. I don't know how, but you are the reason. I'll prove it.
He'll tear himself apart chasing shadows. That's more satisfying than any blade.
Daiki's fist found the wall again, but this time it didn't even break the stone. He had nothing left but the ache. With Tatsuya and Daiki broken, only Rin remained. But she was the most dangerous, because her weapon was a smile.
Her engagement to Kaito is her fortress. I'll turn that fortress into her prison.
Kaito's debts were the mortar I needed. Gambling losses, loans from the Iron Fang lenders. Every coin owed was a brick I could pull.
He even used his family seal to secure them. Stupid. All I need is to deliver these to the right eyes. 3 promissory notes. That's more than enough. Have copies ready for the party.
By the evening before the engagement, Itsuki had compiled a ledger that would make Kaito's family name bleed.
She thinks he's her shield, but he's about to become the arrow I fire into her heart.
He watched them at the market, practicing their smiles. Rin's laughter was the most convincing lie he'd ever heard.
In 3 days, the whole village will know, and she'll come crawling for answers, just as I want.
He sent the first anonymous tip to the Hokage's office that night. The engagement party was set, and Itsuki had a front row seat. The hall blazed with lanterns and silk. Kaito raised his cup to Rin, serene in white, a picture too perfect to trust. A servant pressed a scroll into his hand. As Kaito read, the toast died on his lips.
Debts. Promissory notes with my seal exposed at my own party?
The room froze. Rin's lips still curved, but her eyes flickered, once sharp as a blade.
And it says she knew. Rin knew about my debts. This engagement was a fraud from the start.
Kaito, these are forgeries. I've never seen those papers. Someone is trying to destroy us.
I won't be shamed. Consider this engagement finished.
No tears, no pleading, just cold poise. That's not a victim. That's a predator playing wounded.
The ring rolled to her feet. Guests turned away. Rin stood very still, her shadow stretching alone.
Not a single tear. She's not mourning. She's plotting. I've underestimated her.
The next evening, Rin found him in the garden, where the cherry blossoms were falling like silent tears.
Itsuki, I know you hate me, but I didn't want any of this. The mission, the temple, I begged them to stop.
You begged? Funny. I only recall your footsteps leaving me in the dark.
I stayed until Daiki pulled me away. I've carried the guilt every night. Please, I've lost everything already. Can't you see I'm broken too?
Broken. She's as shattered as a mirror, still reflecting whatever she wants me to see.
The sword at his side pulsed once, a cold vibration that ran up his spine. It didn't believe her either.
If you are sorry, then prove it. Tell me who arranged the mission. Who sent us to that temple?
Tatsuya found the map. He insisted it was our chance. I just wanted to survive. You have to understand.
She blames the dead. Convenient. But the sword's hum says there's more she's hiding.
He didn't offer comfort. He just watched her leave, her tears still drying on the petals. And the blade whispered a name he hadn't expected. That night, Itsuki sat alone with the white blade across his knees. Its light pulsed, restless as if something scraped at the silence.
You asked who sent you to die. The answer slept in your own blood. Now witness.
The light unraveled into images. A woman's silhouette in a damp alley. A map of the temple ruins. A pouch of gold changing hands.
That's the merchant quarter. And that's the temple layout. But that pouch, it's not Tatsuya's hand. It's smaller. A woman's.
Deeper. The ink still smells of her perfume.
That's Rin's handwriting. Orders to a third party to retrieve the sword and eliminate the medic. Ensure death, no witnesses. Show me the face. I need to see her face when she paid them.
The vision sharpened. Rin, in a dark cloak, accepting a heavy purse from a hooded man. Her smile was not gentle. It was the smile of a woman who owned a secret.
She planned it all. The temple, the push, the tears afterward. Every piece was a lie, and I nearly believed her.
The sword's hum fell silent. Outside, a cricket chirped. Itsuki sat motionless, the weight of the truth pressing down like a second scar. By dawn, he had become a shadow with teeth. Rin never felt the weight of his stare as she slipped into the back alleys.
The same hooded face I saw in the vision. She always meets him after a fall.
The informant pressed a folded paper into her palm. Words skittered through the damp air. Temple, cleanup, paid in full.
The sword has chosen a new owner. Our contract is void unless you finish what was started.
She's still trying to have me killed. Now I need the paper, not just the voice.
He waited until she left for the council. Her quarters still smelled of jasmine and old secrets, a bundle tied with black silk. The first line froze his blood. Proceed with elimination of the squad medic. No witnesses.
Her signature, her seal, every word in her own hand. She ordered my death before we ever stepped into the temple.
He took only the letters he needed. 5 pages that could hang her. The floorboard clicked back into place. Silence swallowing the theft.
The sword showed me her face. Now I hold her soul in my hand. The trial will be my stage, and everyone will see.
Back in his room, the 5 letters lay like a sentence already written. But the sword was not finished.
Paper can be burned. Witness the memory I swallowed from her shadow the moment she touched my hilt.
The vision swirled. Rin in a dark room. A map of the temple under candlelight. She tapped the inner chamber.
The medic must not leave that chamber. Once the sword is mine, I'll pay double.
She didn't just want me dead. She wanted the sword. I was the price she paid for it.
She is the architect of your grave. The others were merely her stones.
I will make her watch as I tear down everything she built. Not with a blade, but with the truth.
The vision faded, leaving only the ghostly after-image of Rin's smile, triumphant and entirely unapologetic.
Prove your worth, not to the village, but to me. Let justice be the fire that cleanses.
No more shadows. No more silence. I will hold the trial in the square, and every lie she told will burn in the light.
The cliff overlooked the village, where everything had ended, and where everything would be decided. Itsuki stood at the edge, the wind pulling at his cloak.
If I go through with this, I lose the shadow. They'll see me as executioner, not medic. But if I stay silent, her poison spreads.
The blade pulsed once, a steady heartbeat. It had waited centuries for justice. It would not accept a quiet end.
To the Hokage and the heads of the 7 clans. 3 days from now at noon in the public square. I will present the truth of the White Phoenix mission. Attendance is not optional.
He sealed each summons with plain wax, no family crest. Only the weight of the sword's presence would lend him authority. At dawn, 5 messenger birds took flight from his window, dark wings cutting through the mist. Every important ear in the village would hear.
Rin will move immediately. She'll try to burn evidence, silence informants, but I've already copied everything. The trap is sprung. I've also sent an anonymous tip to the guard post. A thief will be caught in Rin's quarters tonight. The informant I paid to plant a false trail. She'll be distracted.
He returned to the cliff that evening, watching the village lanterns blink to life. For 2 years he had been invisible. In 3 days, he would burn brighter than any lantern.
Let the rumors spread. Let Rin squirm. When the sword speaks, even the Hokage will have no choice but to listen.
By the 2nd day, the summons had reached every corner. Rin sat in her garden, but the serenity was gone.
He's forcing a public spectacle. He knows something. Find out who else has been summoned, and if any of our old contacts are still breathing.
Her agent slipped into the merchant district, but Itsuki's eyes were already there. He followed, and he listened.
She's sending word to the Iron Fang, but I've already paid them more than she ever could. They'll feed her lies.
He intercepted 2 of her messengers before they reached the village gate. The letters burned, their ashes scattered into the wind. The Council of Elders received an anonymous dossier that morning, copies of Rin's coded letters. Murmurs turned to certainty.
No one is answering. The guards detained my informant last night. It's as if the village walls have grown hands.
She made for the eastern gate at dusk, wearing a servant's cloak. But Itsuki was already waiting, a shadow among the torches.
Not yet. She can't run. The square needs to see her. I'll let the guards find her stolen goods before she reaches the gate.
The guards stopped her on the road. She was escorted back, her face a mask of calm fury. Tomorrow, the square would have its truth. Noon struck like a bell. The square swelled with bodies, merchants, shinobi clan heads, every ear that had received a summons.
Itsuki of the Administrative Corps, you have called this assembly. Speak your truth and let the village witness.
3 months ago, a mission was sold. The White Phoenix blade was never meant to return to this village. And I was never meant to draw breath again. The architect of that betrayal stands among us. Rin, you bargained for my life and my squad's loyalty. And you paid in gold.
You are raving. What proof could a dead man's ghost conjure? Tatsuya's in chains. He'll tell you who gave the order.
The Hokage raised his hand. The murmuring crowd fell still. Even Kaito, standing at the edge, clenched his jaw.
Tatsuya is a thief, but he never wrote this. I hold 5 letters in your own hand. Commands to a third party for my execution.
Forgeries. He's been jealous of me since the academy. He's trying to bury the last person who stood beside him.
The crowd split. Some murmured at the letters, others at Rin's tears. But Itsuki's hand did not tremble.
If paper isn't enough, then I will call a witness no one can bribe. The sword itself remembers.
Itsuki gestured toward the crowd, and a hooded figure was brought forward by 2 guards. The witnesses' whispers became a storm.
This man delivered your gold to the temple mercenaries. He will tell the village what you paid for.
A bought witness. He could be anyone. This is a mockery of justice.
The informant pulled back his hood, revealing a weathered face. He spoke clearly. The woman in red paid me to arrange an assassination. She called it insurance. He held up a coin purse, bearing Rin's family seal, the same seal on the letters. The crowd's mood turned.
You planted that. He's a liar. I've never seen him.
Some villagers averted their eyes. Others began to shout. The Hokage's face remained stone, but his fingers tightened on his staff.
Paper and witnesses can be deceived, but the sword cannot. It remembers every hand that touched it, and every command it heard.
No, don't. It's bound to you. It will show whatever you want.
The blade sang, a thin, piercing note that silenced the square. The wind stopped. The trial had only just begun. The White Phoenix blade erupted, not with fire, but with memory. A silver screen unrolled across the sky, and the square became a theater of the past.
Look upon the shadow you cast, Rin. This is the echo of your true voice.
The vision sharpened. A woman in a crimson hood, a map of the temple ruins, a pouch of gold sliding across a wooden table.
The medic must die. No one leaves that chamber without my signal. The sword is mine.
Then the hood fell back. It was Rin, younger, colder, laughing with a mercenary as if discussing market prices. The crowd's murmurs turned to noise. Mothers pulled children back. The Hokage's jaw tightened.
That's not me. The blade is lying. It's a demon's weapon.
You are right. It's a demon's weapon, and it only bonds to those who've been betrayed.
Rin's hand vanished into her obi. When it emerged, steel glinted, a concealed tanto. Before Itsuki could move, she lunged. But the sword's light coiled around her like chains, suspending her mid-strike. The white chains contracted, wrenching the tanto from Rin's trembling hand. It clattered at Itsuki's feet, then lay still. She dropped. The pride drained from her spine as her knees struck the wooden planks.
No tears now. Not even a whimper. Just the hollow silence of a mask that finally cracked.
He knows I won't break. He's waiting for me to beg. I'll die first.
Itsuki, The evidence is overwhelming. The letters, the witness, and the sword's memory. The village awaits your word.
One strike and she's gone. I've earned it. But if I kill her now, I become the monster she always claimed I was.
He raised the blade once more, its light carving deep shadows across the square. Every breath hung.
Death would be a kindness you never gave me, so I will not grant it.
The light receded. The chains dissolved. But Rin remained on her knees, the weight of the unspoken sentence heavier than steel. He turned his back to her and faced the Hokage. The judgment would not be his alone to give.
Speak then. What penalty do you ask for the woman who tried to murder you?
Not her head. Her name. Strip her of rank. Erase her clan mark and send her beyond the gate with nothing. Let her live as nothing.
The Hokage's gavel struck once. The sound was a door closing forever.
She'll hate this more than a quick blade. I've given her decades to remember what she lost.
You think you are merciful. Itsuki, I'll crawl back from whatever hole you throw me into, and I will find you.
Guards hauled her upright. She held Itsuki's stare as they tore the squad insignia from her sleeve.
It's finished. Tatsuya, Daiki, Rin, all three. So, why does it taste like ash?
As they marched her out, the crowd crumbled into murmurs. Some nodded, some wept, most simply turned away.
You won't see me again, but you'll feel me.
Itsuki remained on the platform long after the square emptied, the sword a dim ember at his side, and the weight of a hollow victory pressing down. He stepped off the platform only when the last echo of the gavel had faded. The square was half empty. The rest averted their faces.
I wanted them to see the truth. Now they see a monster with a sacred blade. Maybe that's what I am.
A mother pulled her child inside as he passed. The child asked if he was the demon's keeper. No one corrected her.
The medic died in that temple. What walked out was a vessel for judgment. I don't know if there's anything left to salvage.
His lodging was cold. The sword went on to its stand, its glow a faint pulse, like a heart too tired to beat.
Tatsuya, Daiki, Rin, 3 names, 3 ruins, and still the silence is louder than any scream.
He didn't sleep. He sat by the window, watching the village that had cheered his return and now trembled at his shadow.
They don't need a savior. They need to forget, and I can't be here while they do.
When first light touched the rooftops, he hadn't moved. The sword had dimmed to gray, as if it too was waiting. The long night had asked a question he couldn't yet answer, but the silence made one thing clear. There was nothing left here for him. He left his resignation scroll on the Hokage's desk before the ink had dried. No words, just his name and the seal of a man who no longer existed. He walked through the silent streets with the blade wrapped across his back. No one called his name. At the gate, the watchman didn't ask where he was going. He simply opened the heavy beam, as if he, too, understood. Itsuki stepped over the threshold. For a moment, the gate framed him like a painting, the medic, the avenger, the exile. Then he walked on. The sword's glow had settled into a faint ember against his shoulder, like a heartbeat half asleep.
I don't know who I'll be tomorrow, but I know I won't return.
He didn't say it aloud. The road had no ears, only lengths of dust and silence. Behind him, the gate closed. The village had already begun to forget the sound of his name.
All that revenge won me was an empty road. But maybe emptiness is the only thing that doesn't lie.
The white phoenix blade pulsed once, a quiet note on the wind. Itsuki kept walking.